Hello there. There we go. Welcome to episode 229 of the FlameFlash.net podcast. I'm coming in from a different location this time just because I needed to test some equipment, and my words are my own. I'm not representing anybody. I am just here speaking out about everything that's happening. Gaming wise, since Sunday, I haven't had much opportunity. The new World of Warcraft pre-patch for midnight came out, and I logged in. I created my Void Elf Demon Hunter, and then I've been busy. It's been a busy week. It's a crazy busy week. Right now, the temperatures where I am can reach negative 45 wind chill. A lot of the country is going to be under snow. It's kind of funny that fascists are invading my home state in winter. So they just don't learn from history at all. And a winter people are being invaded in winter. You can't make this stuff up. It's amazing. The only really big thing on my mind at the moment is the fact that children are now being kidnapped as well by ICE. So Vice President Vance attempted to claim that the father abandoned the child when running from the DHS or ICE. The truth behind the matter, though, from those on the ground, is very different. And what it is they cornered the child, had the child be used as bait, had the child knock on the resident's door, and somebody else was inside, and they still took the father, but they refused to leave the child there, even though more than likely, given the child's age, they're a citizen. I'm sorry, guys, but you cannot revoke birthright citizenship. So you just kidnapped a potentially, an asylum-seeking immigrant, because this individual has no open court cases and is properly following the asylum procedures. It's not about the proper procedures, guys. It just isn't. They're going after everybody now. They're going to harass everybody now. They're going to kill everybody now. We cannot be silent. And that's the way of it. This is a quicker one. I needed to test this equipment. It's sounding great. It sounds a lot better than my home stuff. And you can't trust what the administration says whatsoever. It's just not possible. Do not trust the administration. Do not trust Fox News. Those of us on the ground in Minnesota are the reliable sources. Some of the folks are sensational out there on the literal front lines, but there's a lot of passion. The paradox of tolerance has arrived. Now, if you're not familiar, the paradox of tolerance is a philosophical argument by Karl Popper, and it states that there is a certain threshold of tolerance. If you tolerate the intolerant, eventually the intolerant take over and destroy the society. And that's where we are. And we can track that historically in political science all the way back to Reagan, when he began the culture wars and started saying, oh, the poor people are going after your jobs, or are stealing your hard-earned money using welfare, or they're a burden to society and they're not adding anything. He turned the tables from the oligarchs manipulating and abusing us to, oh, those that are slightly lower on the totem pole are the bad guys. No. They were projecting. They've always been projecting. The only bad guys are those at the top. And we need to band together and reject their intolerance and go forward hand in hand with our neighbors. That is the only way we're going to win this. So on this Friday, January 23rd, I am supporting those that need help where I am in the ways that I can. And I am trying to raise awareness of the fact we cannot be tolerant any longer. There are Democrats that voted to support paying ICE, for example, that broke ranks and continued to fund ICE. We can't reform ICE. We must destroy ICE. I'm not talking about pick up your torches and pitchforks. I am talking about dissolving the organization. That is the only way to move forward. The organization was created as a knee-jerk reaction to 9/11. It was never needed, and it is certainly not needed now. There are other ways to do immigration enforcement. And what we really need is immigration reform, not enforcement. Support your neighbors. Look out for your neighbors. Get your whistles. Bundle up. It's going to be colder for those out-of-staters than it is for us. Meanwhile, chickens like Ted Cruz retreat from Texas to warmer climates. And I wouldn't have an issue with that, except he's a public figure. He's a public servant. He should be on the ground in Texas being the leader that he was elected to be. Instead, he's running away and hiding. These people are blocking the Epstein list from being released. These people are hiding so many things. Have you noticed that the extrajudicial killings from Venezuela ships have stopped now that Trump has hidden away dirty oil money in offshore accounts in Qatar? He is breaking the emoluments clause yet again on the Constitution, and nobody's calling him out on it because they don't have backbones anymore. We're going to have to rebuild this country with our backbones, with our hard work, with our words of not tolerating the intolerant anymore. Whether that is cutting off that crazy uncle, whether that is telling the mother, you're wrong, I love you, but goodbye. Thankfully, my mother is sane, so I don't have to worry about that. But I know some have had to. Some have had to say goodbye to those that they considered close friends or close family because we can no longer tolerate intolerance. We just can't. It's a poison, and it will destroy us all. Remember, my friends, my words are my own. Stay safe, stay warm, and freedom and autonomy are the rights of all sentient beings. Leave your comments if you wish, here on the YouTube, out on the blog. I'm going to double check that I don't have any pending comments real fast before we close out, and I don't. So everybody take care, stay safe. Don't trust what the feds are saying whatsoever. They're lying to you now more than they ever have in the history of our country, because they are ashamed of what they are doing to the people of Minnesota as an occupying force. Take care. Stay safe. Podcast at flameflesh.net. Leave a comment on the blogs. Leave a comment on the YouTube. and I'm saying it again, I am drilling it home this time. My words are my own. And freedom and autonomy are the rights of all sentient beings. The paradox of intolerance has arrived, or the paradox of tolerance, excuse me, that Karl Paddock wrote about has arrived, and we must reject intolerance completely. Take care.